Hi, thank you so much for being here. I'm instructor Dwayne Jenkins, and here at Dwayne's Guitar Lessons, we're learning all aspects of how to improve our guitar playing. And it doesn't matter what you're playing, whether it be rhythm, lead, theory, whatever it is, you can learn it right here at Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell for future notifications so you'll know when I load up my next video. And now today's video, we're going to be talking about this book right here, Rhythm Guitar Alchemy. We're going to be learning some stuff out of it. This is a book on the science of playing rhythm guitar, with secret formulas, elements, and properties that cater to playing rhythm guitar. Now in our last video we talked about how to read chord charts, which is very important, and in this video we're going to talk about the fundamentals of reading guitar tablature, because if you learn how to read the written word, it's going to really help you out with your guitar playing. So let's take a look.
Audio Jungle.
Now, I've mentioned many times the importance of reading sheet music, okay? Very, very important. I know people play guitar for 20, 30 years and they play by ear, and it's great, you know, they know the ear, but they don't really understand what it is they're playing. Now, if you learn how to read the sheet music, it's going to give you insights in like how to create better chords, how to understand how scales work, and all kinds of things, theory, stuff like that. So I would highly recommend learn how to do that. And that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to look at the fundamentals of reading tablature, and then we're going to go through this book in our future lessons and show you the essence of why it's important to learn how to play rhythm guitar. Okay, so here we have our tablature. We have our 6 lines. Okay, these 6 lines are going to represent our guitar strings. Now the thing about the sheet music that can be a little bit confusing is that your biggest string, your 6th string, is going to be here on the bottom. And that's here on the sheet of paper. It lets you know the numbers, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your smallest string, just kind of figure your smallest string is number 1. Your biggest string is number 6, okay? And this is one of the things that's confusing about reading this, all right? And this isn't just for beginners. Like I said, this is for anybody. I don't care if you've been playing guitar for 20 years. It really helps to know how to read this. I run into these kind of people all the time that don't know how to read this, and if you learn this, it's going to be so much better for you, okay? I guarantee it. So remember, this is your biggest string here, this is your smallest string, okay? Now when you're reading tablature, it's a little bit different than reading your standard notation. What you're going to be dealing with is numbers that represent the fretboard, okay? So if we were to look at this like a fretboard, for instance, let's say this was fret 1, 2, I know my handwriting is the best, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so forth, right? Okay, then our 12th fret. Okay, now what we're going to be dealing with is numbers. So let's say, for instance, we had a number here, a 3. We don't really have to have the fretboard, but I'm just using that for sake of, if you had a 3 right there, that would tell you you're on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, okay? If you had a 2 here, okay, you'd have the 2 here, this would be your 2. Okay, that tells you that's on the 2 on the 5th string. Okay, if you had a 1, or let's say a 4, you know, a 4 on this line, that would tell you you're at the 4th fret of the 1st string. Now when you're looking at tablature, you don't have all this here, okay? You don't have the fretboard. So basically you're just looking at the numbers. So let's say, for instance, if you played like a power chord here on the 6th string, it'd be 3, and then you'd have a 5. Okay, so that tells us that one finger is going to be on the 3rd fret, one finger is going to be on the 5th fret of these 2 strings. Alright, and whenever you have numbers that are lined on top of each other like this, that tells you it's a chord, these notes are played together. Okay, so a lot of times, and you could also even use this finger too, 3, 5, 5. Now you have 3 fingers on 3 strings, 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, and that tells us that that's all played together. All right, so whenever you see the numbers stacked on top of each other like this, it means that they're played together. Now if they're stacked at an angle like this, 3, 5, 5, that tells you you're going to play these individually. So if you see stuff like this, where you're doing something like that, that means you're going to be playing this individually. You know, you're going to be going da na 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 like that, okay? But if they're stacked on top of each other like this, that means that you're going to be playing it together, all right? Tablature also shows things like techniques, okay? Techniques like, let's say, for instance, If you did like hammer-ons, pull-off slides, that kind of stuff, like playing lead guitar, you're going to have that stuff as well. So let's say you had a hammer-on here from the 3 to the 5. You have an arc there. Okay, sometimes in like tablature, you look at online, they'll have an H there. So that means hammer-on from the 3 to the 5 on the first string. If you had a pull-off, it would be a 7, let's say a 7 to 5 on the second string right here, a pull-off. Okay, if you have a bend, okay, a bend is going to be, let's say we bend right here on the 7th fret. Now what's interesting about tablature is the bend is going up, but in reality when you look at it, it's kind of going down. It should be going this way, you would think, you know, but hey, that's just the way they do it, you know. And sometimes they'll have like a thing here that'll say like 4, which means quarter. That tells you how long the bend is, how high to bring it up, or if it'll be a half, or it'll be a 1, or it'll say full bend, meaning a whole step. Okay, there's all kinds of different things about this stuff, and I could go into this all day long, but I just want to show you a basic fundamental of how to read the guitar tabs. Okay, you know, if you're doing a slide, let's say you did a slide here from the 5 up to the 7, that would be like by a diagonal line like that. That tells you you're going to take that 5 and slide it up to the 7. Okay. Now these are just some basic fundamental principles of how you read sheet music, okay? And this is what I would recommend learning this stuff. If you've been playing guitar for a long time, this is what will really help you to get better at guitar playing. Okay, so there's a quick little lesson on how to read tablature. It can get a lot more in depth than that. I just wanted to give you a basic fundamental principle of how to read it, okay? And like I said, it's not just for beginners, anybody. I don't care if you've been playing guitar for 20 years, okay? The benefit of learning how to read sheet music is immaculate. I guarantee it. It's going to really give you a lot of insights on how to do things, how chords are constructed, you know, how scales work together, how notes work together right. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. And if you have some issues, you need some help with your rhythm guitar playing, check out this book, Rhythm Guitar Alchemy. It's a great book. It's got all kinds of good diagrams in there to help you with your guitar playing, all kinds of stuff. Gives you some strumming insights, some, you know, different picking insights, picking with your fingers. I've got all kinds of different chord diagrams in here, how to play like bar chords and stuff like that. And it's all real simple and easy to read. And I got it both in chord charts and in tablature format, okay? So if you're working on rhythm, trying to improve your rhythm playing, this is a great book for that, okay? So thanks so much for watching again. Be sure to visit my website and join my email club so you'll get all the great things on what's going on in Dwayne's world. And keep practicing, very, very important. Gotta keep practicing every day. That way you get better if you're playing. And until our next lesson, you, my friend, take care.